I'm here in Ottawa, Canada. I'm here next to the Parliament building. I'm meeting senators here today to talk about Tibet, and I called Tenzin Kangsa to arrange senators to tell them what am I doing, for Tibet, and Tibetan people are still suffering under Chinese communists, and we need help. So I'm going to go in there, and I'll let you know when I come out.
So the first thing I wanted to show you, if you haven't seen it, is a great picture of His Holiness and me.
Yes, it's a great picture, right? Yeah.
I've never, that was such a big surprise.
Yeah,
when he
it's
was
a beautiful
here.
picture. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I wanted to show you that, so that, we have some relationship with His Holiness.
Great, thank you so much.
And we'll throw it over to you.
So, Senator, thank you so much for, giving me a time to speak up.
My pleasure.
And give me an opportunity to, come here. And I actually was born as a refugee in India. My parents escaped from Tibet and Dharamsala to United States in 1995. I did a peace march from Washington D.C. to New York. I did a peace march in '98 from Vancouver Beach to Toronto to raise awareness and issues of Tibet to the American people and the Canadian people. I learned a lot of things when I met people, educated about Tibet. The reason I'm saying is in 2008, Tibetan people did demonstration in Tibet. Those Tibetan people grew up under Chinese communists. Doing demonstration, political demonstration in Tibet, basically you are sacrificing your life, first of all, and second, you put to the jail for a long time. If you do a economic demonstration in Tibet, you'll be put to jail for 1 week and they'll let you out. But those Tibetan people are not happy under Chinese government. And Chinese government repeatedly, using genocide, not only restricting culture and religion, but to, migrate Chinese to Tibet, and the Tibetan people become a second-class citizen. So in 2008, when those Tibetan people living in Tibet, they did demonstration. Basically, they're not happy. They're sacrificing their life to show outside the world that they're not happy under China. So I grew up in a freedom country. A free world. I grew up in a free world, so I thought that I should do something to, give them a voice, because they don't have any voice to speak up. So I'm the voice living in a free world to speak for them. So I decided to do motorcycle ride to 22 different countries to promote Tibet and Tibet awareness. And I'm showing this clip that recently the tourists, climbers went to Nepal to climb the Mount Everest, and they witnessed that, Chinese people are shooting Tibetan people when they're escaping from Tibet to Nepal to get a religious freedom and religious right and human rights. And also Panchen Lama yesterday was 21, and he's the youngest political prisoner in Tibet. So
if he's still alive,
we don't know. We're praying for that. We see he's still alive. So I'm asking Senator Denner to help, talk to Prime Minister Harper to speak up about Tibet. And also, in Tibetan people recently that had big earthquake in Tibet, and all they wish is to visit Dalai Lama to Tibet. So, can you,
Prime Minister Harper is one of Tibet's best friends.
Mm-hmm.
He always supports. You know that Canada, under the leadership of Prime Minister Harper, has given His Holiness the Dalai Lama honorary Canadian citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 5 people
mm-hmm.
that have honorary Canadian citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
His Holiness is one of them. We met with the Prime Minister. You saw the picture there.
Yeah.
With the Prime Minister, myself, and one of
mm-hmm.
my colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
When he came, it's the first time that a Prime Minister in Canada has met with His Holiness.
Right.
We support the Tibetan community.
Mm-hmm.
You may know that our government yesterday,
mm-hmm.
you were there, announced
mm-hmm.
a big grant for
right.
The Tibetan Community Center in Toronto.
To preserve culture.
$3.3 million.
Yep.
So you have all these things. We actually have
mm-hmm.
We actually have probably one of the best supporters of His Holiness in Canada, in Prime Minister Harper. We also have a very strong group. We have a group that I am the chair of called the Parliamentary Friends of Tibet. We have, is that about 60 members?
Yeah.
There's about 60 members of Parliament from all the parties, from both the House of Commons and the Senate, as the Parliamentary Friends of Tibet. So in Ottawa, His Holiness is very respected. The Prime Minister supports him, our government supports him, and our Parliament supports him. We find it very difficult to understand why the Chinese are being so inflexible at granting what His Holiness has asked, genuine autonomy within a sovereign China. This is what he's saying. He's not saying separatism, he's not saying independence, he's not saying sovereignty. He is saying on behalf of the Tibetans, he would like to live as brothers and sisters with the Chinese in a Tibet, which is part of China, but has the autonomy to practice their language, to speak their language, to practice their faith, to cherish their culture. And it is the message that we give to the Chinese people all the time. As you travel, what you should be doing, talk to the Chinese people outside of China. Go to the Chinese communities in Toronto, in Vancouver, and other parts of the world, and tell them the reason we come to Canada is because we really believe in freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom to assemble. We believe in the fundamental principles that we're all equal, that we should be able to be treated like brothers and sisters. And they will understand, I believe, a lot better than the Chinese Communist Party does. And I've been to China, I've been to Tibet, I've been to Hong Kong, and I've been to China twice, including a few months ago. You know, when you talk to the Chinese people, I believe they understand what His Holiness is trying to say. Unfortunately, they're not allowed to express his opinions. Unfortunately, they don't have freedom of speech. They don't have freedom of the press. They don't have freedom to worship as they wish. So it's difficult for them to be able to express their sentiments against the communist government. But I believe that they will, and they certainly have with me, in the rest of the world, when they're outside of China, I think you will find some good supporters from the Chinese people on behalf of what you're trying to promote, which is freedom for the people of Tibet before we die.
Thank you so much. Right. And I try as much as I can to reach Chinese people. We Tibetans believe Chinese people are not we fighting for. We're fighting for the Chinese government.
That's right.
We try to win the hearts and minds of Chinese people to tell the fact. I understand Chinese people in China, they don't only receive propaganda. They don't receive any real fact stories of what's happening.
That's right.
But now the technology improving, people are getting more information, and we are taking chances to speak up and tell that what is fact, what's happening in Tibet.
Good for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing this.
Great.
And good luck.
Great. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much.
I just came out from the meet the senators and all senators in there. I got to meet to talk to Dana to tell about Tibet, what's happening in Tibet, and especially the Panchen Lama is 2021, and he's the youngest political prisoner in the world. And I urge senators to speak up to Prime Minister Harper to speak up about Tibet and release the Panchen Lama. So I'll be here today in Ottawa. Tonight there's Ottawa Tibetan community, hosting a dinner for me, and from there tomorrow I'm going to go to Montreal